We ready, Brian? Okay. Starting now, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, welcome to Hockey Night in Highgate, our last telecast, Kevin.
It
Went by fast.
It did. It was a quick winner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For as long as it was.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, Hockey Night in Highgate, we've got a playoff game tonight. Middlebury Tigers are coming in. They got a record of 9-10-0, and they finished fifth in the league against the Thunderbirds, who finished 12-7-1. MVU is really on a hot streak. Well, yes and no. Their last 9 games for the Thunderbirds, they are 9-0. But the only team they played with a winning record was U32.
Right, yeah. And they played. That was the best game they played all year.
Yeah.
Really, they were on top of it that game. Yeah, they played that Division I schedule early in the season, and, they were licking their wounds as Middlebury's done the last part.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Middlebury, their last 9 games, they're 2-7. One of the games they won, well, they beat Rice, which is a Division I team, but not one that's done very well. And they also beat Hartford, 2-1. Yeah. So, and Hartford is the second seed. Yeah. But they lost 7. But the teams they lost to were the BFA. They were all the top of the Division I.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can go so much the last few games these teams have played because their schedule's been so different. Getting back to MVU, you played nine games against, well, eight of the 9 games against weak competition. How's that coming in now? You got a pretty good team to play.
Yeah, that's where they have to pick it up. I mean, a lot of bad habits were
you mentioned it in Brattleboro, for instance.
Yeah, Brattleboro. They started out gangbusters, and then after they scored a couple goals, everybody thought that they were going to need to score, so there was literally no passing. They were trying to carry the puck from end to end, and again, creating bad habits. So, in this game here, that's not going to fly.
No. An individual, you're going to see some great individual plays, obviously. But they can't all be individual plays.
That's right.
You got to use each other.
You got to pick your head up, see where your line mates are, make the outlet passes. We both know the quickest way down the ice is by passing the puck, not trying to stick handle through everybody.
Yeah, the puck travels a lot faster than you can skate. I don't care how fast you are.
That's right.
So, and then this Middlebury team, now, how would you feel if you'd lost 7 of your last 9 games coming in? Would it bother you, or you say, well, no, look who we played, and
well, I think they probably had the same attitude as we did at the beginning of the season. We were losing 3-1, 4-2 against Division I teams, and we knew that we were going to be playing our own Division II teams
eventually,
and so I mean, it's kind of different,
Yeah, and every game is different.
Yeah, it's true. The bounce of the puck, a few penalties or whatever. I know that we do have to stay out of the box because they have, I believe, number 7.
Gwyndoria.
Yeah. She can shoot the puck.
Yeah, she was here last. Step back a year. About this year, last time, in the semifinals, Middlebury came up and beat MVU in overtime.
That's right.
And it was a whale of a game, and so MVU really has, a score to settle here.
That's true. And coverage in the defensive zone is going to be key.
Yeah.
And hopefully they haven't had much practice at that the last couple games.
That's the downfall there.
Yeah.
So, just to review the last game, it was in overtime, and the MVU center lost the draw, and the Middlebury center drew it back to her point. And we talked about this before. Everybody in the defensive zone has a job. Yeah. The job of the center is to stay with their center. Yeah. Well, this one didn't. The center went up to challenge a defenseman. The defenseman shot, and who deflected it in? The center. And that was the winning goal. Yeah. So, you can't take any play off. You have to play it all, 100%.
That's right. especially in your own zone. When you're in your own zone, every person has a job to do. And whether you win the draw or lose the draw,
You got to know what
you just got to know what you're going to do.
Yeah. So, okay, we'll take it down to ice level for the starting lineups and the national anthem, and we'll be right back.
Contest between the visiting Middlebury Tigers and your Mississippi Valley Thunderbirds. Sportsmanship and safe playing environments are top priorities for all Vermont school-sponsored activities. This is especially true with respect to a person's race, gender, sexual orientation, religion, national origin, ethnic differences, or disability. Any violation in the rink can result in game stoppages, ejections, or forfeits. Let's work together to ensure a positive, supportive, and healthy learning environment for everyone involved and have a great game. Thank you for your cooperation, and now for the starting lineups. For the visiting Tigers, starting at center, number 16, Kenyon Connors. At right wing, number 5, Julia Morrissey. At left wing, number 14, Nova Ojam. On defense, number 17, Reese Mutton. Also on defense, number 7, Quinn Doria. And in goal, number 1, Kevin Ross. Your Tigers are coached by PJ Lamont, assistant coached by Tim Hanley and Raven Payne. And now, for your Mississippi Thunderbirds. Starting at center, number 22, Reagan Morgan. At right wing, number 2, Erica Aylward. At left wing, number 8, Grace Caju. At defense, number 17, Kate McCray. Also on defense, number 7, Madison Spears. And in goal, number 1, Emma Rainville. Our Thunderbirds are coached by head coach Katie Heidlein, assistant coach by Caitlin Zwicky and Emily Bishard. This evening's officiants are Leah Brigham and Rob Mullins. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your hats as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem by Sorrel Castleson. Oh, so can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose watch troops and bright stars through the perilous fight on the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, getting proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, saved us that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay, back with you. Ready to get started here. Players are over there sorting out their helmets and dropping their gloves, and they'll be sorting out their gloves. And referees are checking the nets, make sure everything is good there. No holes.
No holes, hopefully.
Or extra pucks.
Yeah.
So
They have a hard enough job as it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, we got the number 4 team, who is Missisquoi, playing the number 5 team, Middlebury. And the starting lineup for Middlebury was, we're going to have fun with this name, Nova Benajowski on the wing with Kenyon Connors and Julia Morrissey. Quinn Doria. Quinn Doria is an all-star. And she's playing with Reese Muzzy. And Heaven Ross is the goalie. On the MVU side, we got Reagan Horgan moving up to center of that second line, along with Erica Alward and Grace Caju, with Madison Spears and Khalees McCrae on defense, and Emma Rainville gets the nod in net tonight. And they're coming up to the center line, and we're off. Thrown back. Doria throws that back up the boards. Oh, defenseman went to kick it, missed it. Horgan keeps it, chips it somewhere. A lot of action along that blue line there.
Yeah, it's pretty clustered right there by the bench.
Yeah.
You got to spread it out a little bit.
Yep. 17 seconds gone. Horgan's still there on the draw. Drops it back to Doria. Doria knocks it up. Madison Spears grabs it. Flicks it. She might have been, that is icing. No. He waved it off. Horgan in on it. Caju, opening boards, throws it down. Muzzy there. Muzzy moving it behind the net. Outward, throws it back out front. Partially blocked by Caju. Over to center ice. Spears grabs it, tips it down. In on it, Outward. Knocked by her. Here comes Spears again. She throws it down. Doria was going to touch it. She didn't. Thought it might go for icing.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? The referee saw her do it. And MVU's making some line changes. We got stepped up. McCrae. McCrae stepped up. And Dipper was coming in and
got clocked.
Lila Calzini. They caught their feet, and Tipper got the worst of it.
Yeah,
so,
luckily nobody was hurt.
Yeah. Okay, we got Tipper out there with Liliana Fournier and Kaylee Francis. Kept in. Barely kept in, but kept in. Over the sideboards. Handing. That's thrown in. Picked up by Becca Seeley. Picked up by shot on goal.
There we go.
There's the first shot. Liliana Fournier collected that in the high slot. And Heaven Ross, I haven't heard that name very much.
No.
Odd name, Ross.
Yeah.
But Heaven grabbed it, didn't let go of it, and caught the face off. Here we go. Horgan on the draw. Thrown back up the boards. And McCrae pinches.
No one covered for her, though.
But Elward got back.
Ooh, that was
a low shot.
Yeah.
And some of them go in. Thrown back to center. Collected here. Intercepted. Right into the glove of Emma Rainville. She saw it all the way. Gloved it just like
you're supposed to.
Yep, just like you're tossing her shot.
This new line seems to be a little out of sync. They
haven't played together much.
Right. So you got three. It seems like every time you turn around, all three of them are on the same side.
Yeah.
And they aren't spreading out.
That was deflected in front.
Yeah.
Along the boards. Fournier battling for it. Gets knocked down. Right out front. Tipper grabbed it, and it went off Tipper's stick. And I don't know who got it, but they fired it in over Emma.
Yeah.
Emma was down on the ice.
If you're going to clear that puck, you've got to clear it.
Yeah. And she almost cleared it, but not quite.
Yeah.
And that, I think, goes to Sawyer Wishker. And I don't know if there'd be an assist or not, but that puck was laying right in the crease. Tipper picked it up, and it fell off her stick, and she couldn't clear it.
I think Greenville was reaching for it when she took it.
Okay, coming back, McCray up the middle, hits a shot, wide, thrown in the middle.
Nobody stayed back again.
I was going to say, this is pretty sloppy play here.
Mm-hmm.
Kipper along the boards, misses it. McCray, three MVU players on it, and who come out with it was Quinn Doria. Okay, down behind the Middlebury net. Reese Muzzy up the boards, passes it out. Fournier knocks it down. Liliana Fournier in. Liliana Fournier. Oh, there's a hook. There's a hook. And it is a good thing they hooked her because she was by.
I was just going to say, that's a good penalty.
Yeah, if you were listing good penalties and bad penalties, you list that one under the good.
Yeah.
Because she was in the middle enough where she could have got a really dangerous shot off. But so we'll see what the MVU power play can do here with 11:44 left. Kipper on the draw. Over here to Fournier. Fournier throws it down behind the net. Comes back up. Looks for Addison Gates. Gates shot wide. Behind the net. Past Horgan. Spears trying to hold. Went out to Addison Gates. Up to Liliana Fournier. Fournier knocks it by. Fournier circling. Looking for Tipper in the middle. And Connors throws it down the ice. After it, Madison Spears. She's got it. She's got some pursuit on her.
Where's the players?
Yeah. Everybody's up here and wants her to pass it to. Well,
yeah.
You got to get control of it first. That should have been dumped. When you skate into a bunch of people like that, dump it down low and then go get it. Okay.
It was all clustered at the blue line there.
Here comes Kaju. Kaju throws it across. Here's Tipper. Tipper down the middle. Throws it across. Oh, great.
Nice play.
It was. Horgan could not quite get to it. Yeah. And it was right in the front. And Ross go down and put the big mid on it. 46 seconds left in the MVU power play. And number one line steps back on with Tipper taking the draw. Over. Cross ice. Slap shot. Wow.
Nice shot.
That was a great blocker save.
Yes, it was.
Back to this side.
That was
thrown in. Oh, Tipper didn't quite get the tip on it. Thrown back in by Spears. That hit the stanchion and bounced out in the middle. Back up. Spears keeping it low. Throwing it across.
Should have thrown that into the corner.
Yep. Morgan takes it off the stick. Tipper back in. Liliana Fournier down with Tipper. Throws it toward the net. Behind the net. Morgan thought it was going in front of the net. And that's shown down the ice.
Should be icing.
First one down there, Calzini. Battling along the boards. Throwing it up. You got to cover that point guy. Addison Gates after it. Chipped out. Up here to Liliana Fournier. Oh, she saw Horgan breaking up the middle, but couldn't quite get it to her. Nice keep in by McCray. Down below the net. Coming around this way. Addison Gates. Pinching. She's got some help there, though. Somehow the Middlebury player come out with three. One on three, but she made it.
Nice shot.
Shot. Oh, she missed the rebound. Yeah. Alward went in and she had it on her backhand, but she missed it. But she had room.
Yeah.
Because Ross was out a little bit, and there was some room there.
She didn't miss the shot by much.
No. Oh, there's...
No. Arm went down.
You know, I noticed that in the other game. The chintzy penalties, they weren't calling them. And that was an excuse me penalty. It was still a penalty, but anyways, 8:20 left in the first period. And MVU has had some chances down here. They've had the puck down here. There ain't very many shots, though.
No, 4-3.
4-3.
Yep. Siskoy's missed in that several times.
Yeah. Okay, Tipper on the draw. Throws it up the middle. Right on the stick of Liliana Fournier. Fournier gets to take it off her stick. Up the middle. Oh. We got a 2-on-1. Oh.
Just enough of her.
Yep.
Oh, no. That's going in.
Yeah. And what a screen.
Yeah.
That was the best screen. It went right through her wickets. Probably the defenseman will get it.
Yeah. No, it was.
You could see it. You called it before it happened.
Yeah. It's week out, and they intercepted.
Yep. So, Becca Seeley gets the goal, I think. But credit whoever was in front with one of the best screens you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Because from our angle, we couldn't see Emma at all. Knocked down the zone. MVU down 2-0 down. 7:45 left in the first. Well, I don't know if I do that very often.
No,
that was done by a Middlebury defenseman.
Yeah, that wasn't a good choice.
They knocked up to Tipper. Tipper battling for it. Slapped it around. Puck knocked back into my Gates. And here we go with Hanley. Hanley had it knocked off her stick. Battling along the boards. Francis tries to throw it back. Trying to give it to somebody who's on the forehand. Around the net. This one off the board. This one's coming out.
Yeah.
Picked up by Quinn Doria.
You got to step up.
Shot right on by Doria. Emma saw it all the way right in the Thunderbird sign.
Yeah. No, they're very disorganized, MVU, right now. And they got to get things straightened out in a hurry, because if they fall behind by another one, it's going to be tough.
Yeah,
like that one right there.
Yeah, like Calzini standing alone in front of the net. That isn't something I've seen this team do a lot of. They've been very good in their house, and they weren't that time. Knocked up.
They got to get the puck out of the zone.
Okay.
You know, they just coughed it up again.
Yep. Back down in the corner. In pursuit, Calzini.
I'm surprised we almost got a penalty there. McCrae just annihilated that girl in front of the net.
And here comes Kaju's in there. Horgan's in there.
All three of them are in there.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to get in front.
I was going to say, you throw it out front, but if there's nobody there, it ain't going to do much good. Horgan along the boards. Battling for it. Alward. Francis stepped off the bench and had it knocked right by her. Coming around the bend here. Thrown out. Alward tried to backhand it in. You got Caroline Fournier now playing defense. Shots wide. Francis gets it. Throws it out to the center. Middlebury was changing.
Yeah.
Alward gets it down below the net. Set up the forecheck. Ahead. Kept in at the line by Gates. Bounced off to Kozak. Here comes Liliana Fournier. That one could have been called, but it wasn't. Thrown up the middle, right there on the stick of Bojanowski.
The difference is they're throwing it up the middle, and there's someone there in a black jersey to get it.
Yep. Another shot on.
That's it.
Look. Well, this couldn't have been much more of a nightmare for MVU.
You're right.
They've given up 3 goals in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And that one, like so often happens, the trailer got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and what are the shots?
Right now, 6-4.
6-4.
Middlebury.
6 shots and 3 goals.
Yeah.
But they've been good. I mean, you can't blame Emma.
No, they were screens and rebounds, and
You gotta have people covering these other people.
they just aren't.
Calzini got it. Okay, thrown back behind the net.
See, 3 MVU players over there.
Yeah.
They are not playing their positions.
Yep.
They're just chasing.
And you can chase a puck a lot of times and not.
Yep, and that's going to be ice.
That's going to be icing. Okay, 4:17 left. And MVU has dug themselves quite a hole here. But the good news is they got 2 periods and 4 minutes of another one to chip away at it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend giving them another one.
No. With 4 minutes left, you got to go after it and get one.
Yep. Connor's on the draw with Fournier. Fournier tried to bank that up the board 3-4 times and it hasn't worked.
No, it's time to hit somebody up the middle.
And Francis just throws it down in the zone here. On it was Seeley. Kipper. Ahead to Fournier. Fournier knocks it down. Old cross. Francis is past her. Up the middle. Nice play up off of Bojanowski's stick. Down below the net. Here's Gates. Gates trying to go through 3 people.
Then they're going to ice it.
Then they're icing it. Yeah, some disorganization here, Kevin.
Yes. It was just like what I was saying before. The worst thing that could happen is that these girls have amnesia on how to pass the puck.
Yeah.
And they aren't passing the puck. They're just batting at it and throwing it into a space where they think there's somebody, and it's mostly Middlebury.
Yep. And Middlebury seems to have their organized when they're on their breakouts. Everybody knows where they have to be. And,
and they're spread out.
Yeah. MVU fighting for it, trying to get it. Middlebury gets it down low. Another shot on Emma Rainville. Thrown up along the boards.
God, we've tried that so many times.
I'm telling you, these defensemen, Seeley on that one, and Hanley and Doria and Muzzy have done a great job keeping the puck in. Yeah. Here we go. Here's a 2-on-1 if they do it right. Shot.
That was a good shot.
Ross bubbled it, and Fournier was there, but couldn't knock it on the open side, but the side weren't open very much. Now we got 3 people over along the boards, and the puck comes to the middle.
Yeah.
Down the ice. There's one of them famous back passes that rarely work. It don't work for MVU, and it certainly didn't work for Middlebury there. Okay, Horgan follows up. Horgan looking for somebody. Finds Howard in the middle.
There's a trip.
Yeah.
No.
That one ain't a trip either. Middlebury throws it around the net. In pursuit. Grace Caju. She steals it. Tries to get it over to Horgan. Caju. Getting it back to the point. Gates. Throw right on net.
Nice shot.
And, that was one of the few chances MVU's had to score. Because if she'd have dropped that.
Yep, there was somebody there for
Howard was right there to pound it home.
Yeah, they were there for a rebound.
And, it ain't like Middlebury's had 10,000 chances to score.
No.
They've had 3 good chances to score.
And they scored on
all 3. And they scored on all 3. Okay. Got Horgan on the draw. Knocked down. Here's Rainville. Rainville looking for it. Throws it around the boards. Kept in by Spears. Throws backhand. Right there. There we go. There's one. That's a big goal for MVU right there.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
That's right.
Madison Spears kept it in on the point. She pinched. She threw it over, and Ross knocked it to the side. And Johnny on the spot was Madison Rainville, who she had about 6 inches to throw that puck in.
And she put it there.
And that's where it went.
Yeah. No, She was where she was supposed to be.
Yep. And as I say, you can't emphasize how big a goal that was.
Right, and you couldn't draw it up any better.
No. Spears behind the net, up the middle.
Oh,
Madison Ring.
She
just missed that.
Yeah.
Greenville breaks up the play. Here comes Horgan. Stops. Backhand. Oh. She almost had another one.
Almost had another break.
Didn't get to her, but good poke check by Horgan's all over the ice here.
Yes. I guess center is the spot for her because she's...
Okay, Tipper knocks it down below the goal line. Waiting for the people that are on the line change to finally get there. Here they come. Pinching in now is Kaylee Francis. Nice deflection try by right up front.
Oh, that was nice.
That was a great save by Tipper, set up by Fournier. Now here goes the 2-on-1 the other way. I think McCrae's going to get back down behind the net. McCrae's got it. Up to Francis.
Oh, got to get that up. Got to get it up.
Francis backhanded it. Kept in by Francis. Over to McCrae.
Where's the forwards?
And here comes Horgan. Horgan's got a great shot if you'd ever get it off. Coming around. That one's knocked down the ice. And that's not icing. These guys must have to get home early or something.
Yeah, they got dinner dates.
Yeah, must be. Francis battling on the board with Quinn Doria trying to get it out. McCrae up to Horgan. Back over to Spears. Spears behind the net. 3 seconds. And that ends the first period. Plenty of offense for a playoff game.
Yeah. So much for a defensive playoff game.
Yeah. But, again, Middlebury, very opportunistic. Those were good chances to score, and they scored on them.
Right. They actually played a good playoff game.
Yeah.
They played structured. They all knew their jobs, and they weren't chasing around. They all covered their positions.
Yeah. You could see on their breakouts right here in front of us. Everybody, the center's here, the wing's there, the off winger's up. It was standard.
Right. It's the way that I used to like to do it. Your weak side winger would cut to the center, and the strong side winger or the defenseman would hit him with a pass at the blue line, in between the defense.
Yeah. And you could really see that. MVU was more of a mixture of how they got out. They were just sort of slapping around. Although I thought the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Last 4.5 minutes, they actually started getting it. Yeah. I don't know if they need to get in sync or what, but they were much better performance.
Yeah, and the shots on goal were what? You got 8-7?
I got 8-7.
Yeah, so they came back and they did put some pressure on, and they had 2-3 good chances to score. But we'll go over this here. We'd like to thank our community sponsors that help make this broadcast possible. Northwestern Counseling and Support Services, the Afterglow Foundation, Northwestern Rehab Services, My Healthy Vermont, Notch, Stone's Auto St. Albans and Fairfield, Stewart's Clarence Brown, Handy Cars, Union Bank, JC Image, and Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center. If your business would like to join our community partners and contribute to the production of these games, please contact Paul Schneider at Northwest Access TV, 802-782-8676. Northwestern Counseling and Support Services and the Afterglow Foundation are partnering to raise awareness and prevent suicide in our community. If you or someone you care about is struggling, remember, we are here for you 24/7 and completely confidential. Call NCSS Emergency Services anytime at 802-524-6554, then press 1, or connect with the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by calling, texting, or chatting at 988. One call, one text, or one chat could save a life. Okay, we got Greg out there on the Zamboni again. I guess Carnes hasn't hasn't taken him away yet from here.
Not yet. That's too long a drive for him.
It might be. So, anyways, we'll let him finish his job. And with the score, MVU 1 and Middlebury Tigers 3, we'll be back for the start of the second period. Okay, there's the signal. I guess that's the signal. I think that's the signal.
Yeah.
Not sure. Okay, we're back here. 2:33 left in the intermission. Middlebury girls are down here ready to go on. MVU girls haven't come down the stairs yet. Well, here they come. And we were talking, that first period, I mean, to fall down 3-0 is a disaster. But if you go by scoring chances, there really weren't that many difference. We talked about Liliana Fournier setting up Tipper in the slot here. And Erica Alward had a nice shot that just barely went wide. And Middlebury, they had their 3 good chances and handed it to Middlebury. They took advantage of them.
Yeah, they scored them.
Yeah, so that was their 3 goals. But that last goal, really, MVU needed that. Going into the locker room 3-1 is a lot different than 3-0.
That's right. And, you know, they've got to come out and they've got to play a more organized game. They got to pick their heads up, look for outs. If there's no outs, get it off the glass, get it out into the neutral zone. And if they're over the red line, get it in deep and forecheck.
And they got to solve a problem of keep throwing the puck up the boards because these Middlebury defense have done a great job of holding the puck in.
Oh, yes, very much so.
And, well, we talked about Quinn Dory has been an all-star. You know, we remember her from a long time ago. Yeah. And but all 4 of these people, Reese Muzzy, Ireland Hanley, and Becca Seeley, have really done a good job of holding that blue line.
Well, sealing off the blue line. Now, when you keep the puck low on them, 9 out of 10 times they're going to stop it.
Yeah.
You got to get it up on the glass with some speed.
And if they're going to stop it, make them grab it with their hand or something so they can't. Make them do something just slap it back in.
So you have time to attack.
Yeah. So anyways, 29 seconds here. Teams are huddling up. This period, the MVU will be defending the goal to our right. And Middlebury will be down where 3 goals went in. So maybe that's going to be lucky for MVU. Who knows?
Maybe the ice is slanted that way. We'll see.
Could be, yep. Okay, we got out Tyler. We got Francis on the draw. And Calzini. Francis not on the draw. She's on the wing. Tipper's on the draw with Calzini's line. Kozak and Wichter. And we got Liliana Fournier, Tipper, and Taylor Francis. Off the draw. Thrown over to the side. Fournier dumps it down, takes another trip.
And I guess there was no trip there.
I don't know. There's been 3 obvious trips, and they haven't called any of them. But if that's the way they're going to call it.
Right.
Middlebury throws it up. Francis, back, center ice. On it. Muzzy, throwing it around. Here goes Tipper, in on it. Tipper knocks it down. Tipper gets control of it. Tipper, shot.
Oh, there was a shot.
Rebound out front. Tried to backhand by Francis. Tipper holding it in.
Where is everybody?
And Khalees Francis doing a great job. Great job by Khalees McCrae right there. There's a big save. A game right out front.
Yeah. You got to clear that puck, guys.
They try to work it around the corner. Francis knocks it to the boards.
That was a big, big save.
Khalees Francis now knocks it down the ice. I don't know if he's going to make it. I don't think so. No, they waved off icing. MVU's changing up. Here comes Middlebury up here. Khalees McCrae steps up. She made a great play on that 2-on-1, I'll tell you that.
Yes, she did. Good hustle. You notice on that play there, Middlebury, when the puck went in, they all went to their stations where they were supposed to be, and they knew right where to pass the puck.
Instead of chasing around.
Yep.
Gates starts out. Gates up the boards. Gates has it poked off her stick. Collected by McCrae. She's looking at 3 Middlebury players. Backhands it up over to Horgan. Nice play.
There we go. There's
over
some
to
passing.
Alward. Yep. Alward. Horgan going to the net.
There
right there. Horgan was in on that loose puck. But Ross kicked it out.
That should be nice.
That should be icing. Okay, some fire for the first 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
There was some
some fireworks. Yeah,
Yep,
and
there was some action.
Emma Greenville made her biggest saves. She made 2 of them down here.
Yeah.
That were especially that rebound shot from the side.
Yeah.
Okay. Tipper on the draw. Tipper throws it to the boards. Caroline Rainville out there. Caroline Fournier out there now.
Our biggest,
Knocked up the boards.
one of our biggest weaknesses is face-offs.
Yeah.
We just don't win face-offs.
That was thrown in. Collected by Gates. Gates gets it. That one just went.
Barely made it out.
Barely went under Connor's stick.
There's
Tipper. Tipper
Going
throwing it
out.
in. Liliana Fournier.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we
go. Nice move. It was
Yeah.
going to Ross's left,
Yep.
and she went over with it, and Fournier was cutting to the Ross's right and backhanded it into basically an empty cage.
Empty corner. Yep. Yep.
So
That's a big
that
game.
is a big
goal.
big goal, especially after Emma Rainville has made 2 great saves early in the period.
Yep.
And I don't know who got the assist, but it was a great. I think it was Tipper. It must be. Did she pass it over?
I believe Carolyn. I think Carolyn got it to Tipper. And, yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Oh no.
That one's thrown out front.
Yeah.
Wow. People got pile drived in front of the net. There's no penalty there.
No.
And Calzini's picking up her stick, looking to see where her head went.
Oh,
That was another one down on
Caroline
Fournier. MVU seems to have picked up the pace here a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Swung around, Caroline Fournier on it. Throws it back behind the side of the net. In on it, Hanley. Hanley throws it up to boards. Kept him by Spears.
Yeah.
It hit a couple people, but she ended up finally knocking it home. Scrum along the boards here. When Horgan goes in after her, usually she gets it.
Yeah.
And Greenville throws it out front, kind of out front. Greenville in there battling.
One thing with Reagan, she has a good stick. Oh, that went right through the crease.
Yeah. That was.
Oh, I think we got a penalty on that one. Yeah.
Somebody for interference.
Yeah.
Well, the MVU penalty box door is empty, is open, so
Yeah.
Reagan Horgan takes it.
Yeah. Interference.
Okay. Well, we saw the MVU power play. They didn't score, but they had some pressure there that first period.
Yeah.
This is the first look at the Middlebury power play. We got Tipper on the draw with Fournier up front. Fournier in a foot race with Quinn Doria. Fournier whirled it around, bounced off Doria's foot. On it, Hanley.
Tipper's got it now.
Oh. Spears, shot for the point.
Nice shot.
Right on net. What a nice blast. And there was a small rebound there, but I don't know if it was enough for someone to pick it up, knock it in or not.
She was able to close the 5-hole up on that one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that was.
Yeah, that's where that
was
puck
the
was
wicket.
headed. Yep, that was where it was headed. Great shot by Madison Spears. Okay, Tipper on the draw. Tipper loses it back down below the net. Tipper on it. Coming around. Madison Spears stepping up, knocking it back down. Pretty aggressive penalty kill.
Yeah.
Thrown up. Here's Middlebury. Fournier. Tipper. Tipper knocks it by. Gets it out of the zone. You know, in the first period, those weren't getting out of the zone.
No.
They're not getting out by much now, but they're getting out.
They're getting out. It's down the ice.
Yeah.
You know, I think in girls hockey, you can get away with being an aggressive penalty kill.
Yeah, they don't handle.
Yeah.
Whoa. That came in on Emma, and I think Madison Spears went to clear it, and it hit Emma's stick, and then it bounced around, and here comes Middlebury.
Yeah.
So no harm, no foul here. 55 seconds left. 10:04 left in the period. 55 seconds left in the penalty to Horgan. Outward. Gets it up to the...
Somebody's going to come out. Good job.
Good job. And you know what I like there? Gates was between Rainville and the Middlebury forwards.
Yeah.
And Madison Spears was right behind her.
Yeah.
You don't want to play behind these guys. Outward, knocks it down. Up along the boards.
Got to get it on the glass.
Yeah, a little bit. Trying to fan on that shot a little bit.
Yeah.
Thrown up.
Give
Gives
it
it Outward.
There we
Outward
go.
Throws it over to Fournier. Fournier closing fast. Knocks it down the end. Outward in the middle. Oh, they left Outward alone.
Yeah, she was wide
Yeah,
open.
you see, that's a Middlebury mistake, but it didn't cost them.
Right.
Up ahead. Thrown across. Backhander by Calzini.
Get it
Up
out.
along the boards. Not out. Kept in at the point.
Oh, another save.
Another. The biggest thing about that save is there's no rebound.
Yes, she's doing a good job of absorbing them.
Because I'll tell you what, Kozak was standing right there.
Yeah.
And if that puck would have dropped, Kozak's stick would have been on it.
Yeah.
Okay, Tipper on the draw. Tipper throws it down behind the net. Spears off the
There we go.
well, and the key was it was off the glass.
Yeah.
And Fournier on it. Fournier throws it across. Nobody there. And the MVU penalty is over.
Oh, that should be ice.
That went by about 5-6, but I don't think anybody knew it was coming.
No, it was with authority.
Yeah, it came with authority.
Cleared with authority.
Okay, so MVU dodges a bullet there. And Emma Rainville has really settled into this game.
Yes, she has. She's doing a good job. I always like, from the start of the year, she plays her angles well, and unless she's going to play against a team that's going to be able to pick it, over her shoulder, she's going to do a good job with it.
Okay, play down behind the net here. Outward throws it out front.
No, that was a bad one.
McRae stepped up. It's a 3-on-2 here. Gates. Back pass.
Good play by Rainville. Good back.
And Horgan knocks it out. Rainville's played a pretty solid game.
Yeah, she played a real good game in Brattleboro.
Yep.
And oh boy, that just
you can't let Bojanowski come roaring in like that.
Good glove.
But again, Khalees McRae was right there when Bojanowski was heading for the net. If she would have dropped it, I think McRae would tie her up.
Yeah, you got to box them out. That's
Yep.
the whole thing. Like you said before, get between the goalie and their player.
Exactly. Puck goes up.
Oh.
You know what we talked about before the period held? MVU lost their game last year.
Yeah. Same thing.
The person that scored that was Calzini. She's a center. Tipper is a center.
Yeah.
The draw was lost. Tipper went for the defenseman. Who scored the goal? Calzini. You got to stay with your center in the defensive zone. And, well, they didn't, and that's what happened.
That's what happened. Yeah.
He knocked back down. Oh, that was off the screen. Yeah, that's one of them little things you don't talk about much, but it cost them the playoff game last year, and it just cost them again.
Cost them another goal here, yeah.
Okay, they decided that must be the shot came from inside the blue line because that's where the face-off is. Puck drawn back.
I don't think we won a face-off.
Oh, chipped out front. McRae took a Hail Mary and gives up a 3-on-1 by doing it. Good play by Spears to knock it off the stick. Back out front, over in the corner.
Where's the wingers? You got to get their wingers out there.
Shot blocked by Spears.
And she's not a winger. She's a defenseman.
And here we go. Caroline Fournier. Got a break. Caroline Fournier shot. Missed. Missed the net, but A good try. Down low, Liliana Fournier. Liliana Fournier gets boxed in. Picked up by Tipper. Liliana Fournier gets knocked down. Tipper gets knocked down. A lot of people getting knocked down.
Yeah. Nope.
And here comes Middlebury out.
And nobody's hustling back here.
And a drop pass.
Ooh, that's off the post.
I haven't hit the post. Tipper knocks it down the ice. That isn't going to go for icing. Horgan in pursuit. Picked up by Muzzy. Muzzy got knocked down. It must be slippery down that end of the ice.
Something. Greg must have put some slippery water in there or something.
Thrown out front. Here's McCray. Shoots. Wide. Greenville into the shot.
Oh, that just missed.
Great shot. Another great shot by Caroline Fournier. No, that was by Horgan. And that one is in for icing. 6:32 left. Middlebury holding on to a 4-2 lead. And the face-off is down
the far zone
to the left of Ross.
Yeah, I think we've already achieved the shots in that first period now already.
Yeah.
It's I've got 6-8 for Middlebury.
Thrown out front. Greenville took a whack at it. Couldn't quite get it on her stick. Horgan throws it in. Back out. 3-on-2 here. Shots. Greenville sticks it to the corner. Horgan. They're just kind of slapping the puck around.
You got them out. They're leaving the zone. You don't leave till the puck's gone.
Outward. Got a 2-on-2 going here. Greenville turned her back to the puck, which you don't want to do. Outward. Off her stick. Over to Addison Gates.
That's going to be ice.
That will be icing. 5:42 left. Second period. Both teams change up. And we got the big line now. Got a different winger on it. Caroline Fournier on the wing with Liliana Fournier. Tipper on the draw.
I wonder if Francis got hurt.
Well, could be.
Good block.
Yeah, because usually they play. McCray bulldozes it down the ice.
That's what happened in the Brattleboro game. And, I mean, they didn't score, but it was a lot of...
Tipper's going to have a chance here.
That's off the post.
That bounces up in front. And I think Ross, it's hard to see from here, but I think Ross gloved it eventually. But boy, there was a pile of people in front of the net down here.
Yeah. It looked like Tipper went off the post with it.
I think her shot did.
Yeah.
Tipper throwing it back. Around. Liliana Fournier there.
That should be ice.
That one's icing. Okay. 5:08 left. And the face-off is to the left of Ross. And you got Horgan out there now with Tipper and Fournier. Knocked down into the corner. Along the boards. Thrown across.
That would have gone through Horgan.
Yeah, Horgan's right there because she knows where to be on that back door. Horgan throws it off the goalie.
Well, that was a big rebound.
Yeah. Middlebury rushes down the ice. Tipper's got the angle. That one was shot wide. Here comes Gates pounding in there with Horgan. Gates.
No.
Back to the point.
Up.
That
you
one
got
bounces
two guys
around.
in front.
Yeah, that bounces around in front. You don't want that to happen. Thrown up, back up here to the point. Thrown in by Hanley. Battling along the boards for it. Wishker. Here comes Horgan. Horgan throws it rink wide.
That's going to be ice.
That's too far for Liliana Fournier to get it. 4:12 left. You'll really like to see MVU get one here.
Yeah, they really, just like in the first period, they need to close this period out.
Yep.
And go into the third down by one.
Down by one, not two.
Right.
Okay. We got Alward out here. Horgan in the middle. with Greenville.
I don't like this line much.
Throwing up.
Well,
there goes Howard. Howard is on a breakaway. Here we go. And nobody could catch up with the rebound. She tried to go 5-hole, but a great chance for MVU to get within one.
As far as the goalkeeper came out, she could have just done a little deke.
You try to go around them when they come out like that, unless they're coming out and backing in. And I didn't notice her backing in.
No, she came out. She was on the aggressive side.
Yeah, and if Howard had to do it over, she probably would try to go around her. Okay, Middlebury trying to get it out of the zone. Looks like they're going to make it. Up ahead, throwing it across. Trying to tic-tac-toe in your own end here. I don't know if that's recommended. Puck's down in the corner. Here comes Madison Spears after it. Spears throws it out.
Horgan, three on two.
Here comes Horgan.
Offside. 3-on-2. Oh.
The boys at the game the other night, they had a 3-on-1, and they were offside. I'm thinking, I'd hate to go back to the bench if I was the guy offside.
I know it. That's so.
And their 3-on-1 was from quite a ways out. It wasn't a quick developing one, you know. Yeah. Okay, we have not seen Kayla Francis out here, so we don't know if she did get hurt or something. Gates, up the middle.
That's going to be another ice.
If it makes it, I guess it is. Yeah. Okay, 2:53 left. And the draw will be to the right of Emma Rainville. And
on that play right there, I would have liked to see use the boards. Go wide open there. Just bank it off the boards. Get it out in the neutral zone. Let us catch up to it.
Yep. It takes a lot longer to get down the other end if you bounce it off the boards first. Okay, Liliana Fournier on the draw. Horgan pokes it over.
That should be a penalty.
Interference. You know, they haven't called any tripping penalties, but they've called a couple of interference penalties. Yeah. And it looks like Calzini is going to be going off. Yep, that's who it is.
Yep.
So MVU with 2:49 left in the second really has a great chance to pull within one here.
Yeah, they really need to put this one together.
Yep.
They got their horses out there, so
they tip her on a draw,
and they want to face off.
Spears pinching down, tips it down low. Kipper, throws it around behind the net. Liliana Fournier's got it.
Where's all our defensemen all of a sudden?
Over to Horgan, and it's cleared down the ice. 2:25 left, and in on it is Morrissey. That defenseman made a mistake there.
Yeah.
Fournier shoots right. Block. Spears couldn't keep in.
No.
Back down, Addison Gates. 2:02 left in the period. Addison Gates up the boards to Liliana Fournier. Fournier head to Tipper. Tipper off her stick into the zone and knocked back down the ice.
Not getting much going on here.
No, they got to get in the zone.
Yeah.
They up to Horgan. Horgan can lug the mail as well as anybody.
Yeah.
Horgan. And she does that better than anybody. Stop and go the other way.
There we go.
Right on net. What a shot. Another shot.
Oh, there was the rebound sitting right there.
Thrown back out in front. Puck still loose. Horgan over the corner for it. Knocks it along the boards. Outward. In for it. Middlebury's got it. Knocks it down.
Watch it, Madison. It's got to get back.
Thrown over. Looking for help.
Now go.
Picked up.
Turn and go.
There goes.
Turn and go.
Okay, you got
3-on-1.
3-on-1 here. Oh. And Horgan throws it up high. Hard to get a rebound when it's that high.
That's right. You got to get it down.
Yeah.
You got to shoot it low.
But a great rush by Horgan down the ice. She got a lot of wood on it. It was in the wrong place.
Yeah.
So MVU had a couple good chances on that power play. They got 12 seconds left. And the face off to the right of Ross. Tipper loses it down. Hanley throws it around the boards. Back to Spears. Let the one time a slap shot. Fanned on it. Middlebury at full strength now. Here comes Gates.
Not up the middle.
Gates ahead to Fournier. Fournier still had control of it, lost it. Tipper in on it. Behind the net. Up along the boards. Spears tried to pinch. 2-on-1. Thrown down behind the net.
Well, we got too many down now.
Thrown up towards. Oh, that one's not going to make it because it went off the boards. Well, I don't. No, I think it did make it.
Yeah.
Horgan was down there about one stride.
Shy of it, yeah.
9.8 left. So Middlebury certainly got time to set something up on this draw. So you want your best face-off person here, and you want her drawing it back behind the net. And Horgan's going to take the draw. And thrown up. Puck bounced off. Horgan went in the corner. McRae put somebody on their wallet.
Yeah.
Okay, a pretty evenly played period. 1 goal scored by each team.
I'm showing 10-10 shots.
And 10-10, well, that's a pretty even period.
Yeah. That was pretty back and forth. Chances on both ends. And, would have liked to see MVU tighten it up a little bit in their own zone.
Yeah, I thought MVU, the first 7-8 minutes of that period, had the better chances down there.
Yeah. They had originally, like you said, about the first 7 minutes, they controlled the play. They were.
Somebody's got 21 shots.
Yeah. No, missed it anyway. But anyway, they played aggressive hockey. They played position, and then it started to scramble towards the end of the period.
Yep. And
I think when they come off in between periods, they're fresh. They get their second win, and then by the end of the period, because they have such a short bench, they're losing their concentration.
And losing Kaylee Francis, we don't know what happened to her. I didn't see her over on the bench, but I didn't see where she got hurt either.
No.
So I don't know, but she's a big part of that first line.
Yeah.
And losing her is a real tough one to overcome for the Thunderbirds. Okay, we got Greg out here doing the ice again for us. He always does it for us.
Yeah.
He's a good man, Greg. And with the score 4-2 in favor of Middlebury, we'll be back with the start of the third period in about 11 minutes' time. We'll see you then. We ready to go, Brian? Okay, Brian gave us a signal. 2:27 left in the intermission here. Middlebury players are coming out. Fans are giving them a round of applause here. And the MVU players haven't come out yet. Katie's probably talking to them about... Oh, no, they are out there.
They're out.
I was waiting for them to come down the stairs, and they're already out here.
They're anxious to get going.
Yeah. We'll have to check and see if Kaylee Francis is on the ice. Again, that's a huge loss for MVU if she can't go. And we didn't see her get hurt. We don't know what the story is. I still haven't seen the number 6. Oh, no, there's number 6 right there.
She's back, yeah.
So she don't look like she's moving too well, though.
No.
Looks like she might have hurt her leg or something. Maybe she's testing it. I don't know.
Well, the Cisco this period, they're going to have to take chances.
Yeah.
And I know they got a short bench to start with, but they're going to have to even make it shorter.
Yeah, you got to go with your best and hope it's good enough.
Yeah, for sure. There's a couple defensemen that are going to have to play big minutes this period.
Yeah, and they're going to have to join the rush.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not yet. You know, you see how it goes, but you get down, being down 2 goals, you don't want to wait too long.
No, you got to try to get one right off.
If you can get one right off, then it's anybody's game.
Right. I'd like to see us try to win a face-off. That would be a big thing.
Well, and, going forward, I always, being a coach, and you're the same way probably, you always look forward to next year, And from what we've seen, what Katie's got to look forward next year is, okay, our centers have got to do a better job on the face-off.
Absolutely.
Do we have to have a good face-off person maybe come in and work with them, once every couple weeks or whatever? Or what, because face-offs are so important.
Yes, they are. And the thing about it is if you aren't winning the face-off, that means you're losing them, and then you've got to go on the defense.
Yeah, then you got to chase that puck down. Okay, we got the Galzini line with Kozak and Wishker out there, and it looks like Fournier Francis is out there on the side, and Tipper's in the middle. Okay, 15 minutes on the clock, and the puck is dropped. Battling for it. Thrown into the zone. Thrown up to the Liliana Fournier. It's always a good idea to throw it up with Liliana Fournier.
Yeah.
Behind the net is Sealy. Throws it up. Stop. Oh, that was a deflection.
Yeah.
Fournier deflected that down, and Ross made a stick save. In pursuit is Gates. Down in the end, throws it back up, thrown out, bounced off front. Here comes Liliana Fournier again. They got a 3-on-2 here. Thrown over.
Didn't take advantage of it.
No. Fournier behind the net. Up to McRae. McRae shoots in, wide. Battling here in the corners, Tipper. Tipper throws it back down low. Fournier got it. Picked up by Calzini. Calzini.
Got to hit the net with that. Got to hit the net with that.
Fournier down below. Fournier takes an elbow. In the chops from Hanley.
Yeah.
Kicked in by Horgan. Horgan comes around.
Give it to her.
Horgan throws it in front. Oh, came out. Ross sticked it out, and then the puck came back in wide. Back up, McRae. McRae shoots it down, don't get it deep. Puck's thrown by Alward. Here comes Addison Gates. Gates shoots. She's got enough height on that one.
Yeah, got that up on the glass.
Almost over the glass. Kept in by Alward. Nice play. And they're going to have to try to do that more.
Yeah.
Horgan back to the point. McRae back down to Horgan, around the board. Here comes Rainville. Rainville tries to throw it out front. Gates at the point. Blocked by Morrissey. Morrissey starts down the ice. Dumps it in. You're going to see a lot of this, I think.
Yeah.
Dump it in by Middlebury.
Oh.
McRae tried to go reverse.
See, on that play there, I think Addison, there's another trip that doesn't call. Addison didn't pick her head up before she shot. And if she would have seen her, she was standing still, she could have moved to one side or the other to get the shot.
That's thrown down the ice by Connors, and that'll be icing.
Like you said, I think you're going to see a lot of that defensive.
Just
play.
Get it out.
Just get it out of the zone.
Yeah, we got a 2-goal lead. All we got to do is make sure they're not in their zone.
Yeah.
Tipper on the faceoff. Grace Cadju on that wing now. Thrown over. McRae backhands it down the corner. Middlebury up the boards. Up here to Kozak. Kozak in the middle. Kozak thrown across by Calzini. Two people fall down. Tipper picks it up, goes behind the net with it. Pass missed to Fournier. That was kept in pretty nicely by Quinn. Doria out front. Quick little shot there on Emma Rainville. She stopped it. Down to McRae. McRae running over people.
Yeah.
Bull in the China shop here.
Oh.
Knocked up. Here comes
Grace. Grace just leveled somebody over there. It looked like number 18's getting up a little slow.
No call, though. I don't see an arm up. So, Muzzy trying to stick handle around a couple people here. Kicks it up the boards. Kicked in on goal. Here's Howard. Howard throws it into Quinn Doria's skates. Horgan that bounced right out through the crease.
That was a mouth guard I saw. I thought it was the puck.
Down the ice.
No, why wasn't that icing?
Up the boards. Back out. Thrown up the middle by Middlebury. Spears trying to get it down deep. Tried to keep in by Horgan. Here goes Bojanowski. In the corner. Along with Gates. Gates keeps it going around the boards.
Nope.
Alward took it. Should have let
Gates it go, yeah.
Here comes Alward. Alward gets rubbed off into the boards by Bojanowski.
That's offside.
And offside is the call. 10:18 left. But what a chance for MVU down here. That there was we saw 10 people in the crease.
Yeah.
And then we saw the puck come through toward us.
Yeah.
But nobody could get a stick on it.
No one got a stick on it. I guess I know whose mouth guard that was.
Yeah. Greenville came down and got her mouth guard.
Now she got thrown out of
Yeah. Tipper picks up over. Francis. No, that's Cadju.
That's Cadju. Francis still hasn't been out, so I don't know if she got hurt or what the story is.
Oh, there was a great. I'm telling you, Liliana Fournier is the best deflection person.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any go in, but boy, what a great deflection that was.
She does work at it. That should be
That-
it. That's it.
That's in.
All right, here we go.
All right, they got one right back, and that went. I think you call that the 6 hole between the arm,
right in the armpit.
armpit, and with 9:52 left, MVU has battled back to pull within 1. And again, it was Liliana Fournier battling away down there. And Ross appeared to have it.
2-month celebration here. They're going to end up with a delay of game penalty.
Yeah, and that's what they don't need.
No. The referees whistled to it twice.
Yeah, they ain't going to do it a third time.
No. God, they don't need another penalty. They just, you got to take the momentum, go with it.
Yeah. Tipper got the assist, but they were both down there whacking at it.
Oh, there was a lot of hard work on that shift.
Puck across.
Well,
shot by Morgan, knocked it across. McRae lost her stick again.
Yeah.
She loses her stick a lot.
Oh, my God, yes.
Oh, if Tipper could have picked that up on the fly, she might have.
There we go.
She
Get it deep.
throws it down deep below the net. Morgan in on the forecheck. Fournier patrolling, waiting for something. You know, that time if you use your feet outward,
Yeah.
It would be a lot rather than trying to use your stick that's between your feet. Okay, throw it down in the zone.
That's so.
And Madison Rainville on the forecheck. Spears. Horgan trying to shoot. And Alward and Rainville were about
convergent. A second.
About a step too late.
Yeah.
Because the puck came loose, but Ross played it right. She came out and got it. Otherwise, she would have had to deal with a pretty good scoring chance.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Horgan on the draw. Going over to the side.
There it is again.
Almost in. Rainville had a chance. Puck dropped down about 3 inches from going over the goal line. Here's Howard in the corner. Horgan keeps it in. Horgan battling.
Get up here.
Tried
Get
to
up.
trip it up. Gates tries to keep in. Still trying to keep in. And it's Bojanowski takes it away. Here comes Madison Rainville. That's the time to get it down low, and that's what she did. She got it down low.
She got it in deep.
In on it, Hanley.
And then she just took out her own player.
Yep. Two players get knocked down. Elward getting back.
Uh-oh. Not a good time to pinch.
Yep. Spears behind the net.
Good play by Madison. She stayed at home and took care of business.
Up the boards. Knocked in by Liliana Fournier. Hanley thought about going back, but she saw Fournier was there and she changed her mind. Kept in. Right out front. Fournier shoots wide. On the rebound.
Oh, pinch in.
Kaju made a good chance there.
Yeah. She just.
Well, MVU is really.
They're buzzing right
Yeah,
now.
they are. This is what you call buzzing.
Yeah.
Thrown down deep. Thrown over.
Oh, Grace.
Grace Kaju. Grace Kaju
There's
throws out front. Liliana Fournier with a great chance to tip that one in. Down behind the net. Fournier still battling. Gates pinching. Thrown out.
Good
back check. I'm telling you, there's people laying all over the ice here.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, this isn't good here.
Yeah.
Oh. That was not.
That, I think, went 5-hole.
Yeah.
And that is a huge goal for Middlebury because they were on their heels.
Yeah.
And MVU was buzzing.
The thing about it on that play there is we had two players run into each other, fall down.
Yep.
And nobody came back. And one of them was defenseman. And
Yep.
no one came back to help out.
Yep. And, okay, 6:44 left. This is not a typical playoff game.
No.
Okay, MVU.
See, now they're celebrating too much.
Yep. Okay, Horgan on the draw. Calzini got another goal.
Apparently it's their 100th point or 100th goal, one or the other.
Well,
they got 100 over on the boards.
Oh, okay. Well, if you wait for a playoff game to get your 100th, that's cutting it close.
Yeah.
Kept in.
Boy, we've got a lot of players that are falling down. I don't know if the skates aren't sharp. Here we go again. Yeah, we're going to get a penalty out of this. I'm sure of that.
Well, one of the Middlebury players just got put on her wallet, but she was in the crease swinging at the goaltender, which, MVU didn't take kindly to.
No.
And, well, it's not Khalees McRae.
Well, somebody's going because he's going to the box.
Yeah.
It is her.
It is Khalees McRae.
Boy, he didn't need that. Not with 6 minutes left.
6 minutes left, and you're going to be 2 minutes.
Down by 2 goals.
2 minutes shorthanded.
Yeah.
And as they tend to, can't see from here who it is that got knocked down. And they're pointing at something. I don't know what they're pointing at.
I thought the players were supposed to go and take a knee.
That's what I thought. Well, one time it happened down here. I don't know what game we did. But Alward was down here. I thought she was part of the rescue squad. I don't know. Maybe she's studying to be a nurse or something. But it wasn't on their team. It was. I think it was against Stowe.
Yeah. Well, her mother is a nurse, so maybe she is.
Well, maybe that's getting some on-ice practice here.
Well, she's up in her bell.
Okay. But the bottom line here is MVU
is
shorthanded, and that's not really what they need.
No.
I still can't see your number.
Especially when they had momentum.
Yeah. Yeah, and that goal, well, and the goal in the second period killed their momentum.
Yeah.
You know, they were. Okay, that looks like 18.
Oh, she got
Whisker.
Yeah, she got throttled down here by, I think it was Kaylee's earlier in this period.
No. So the bottom line here is the face-off is to the left of Emma Rainville. And MVU is going to have 4 skaters. And Middlebury's only got 4 skaters now. How come they only got 4 skaters?
Not sure. Now they don't.
Okay. Well, if you ever needed a shorthanded goal, it'd be right here.
Now's the time. Yeah.
It's thrown over. Shot in on Emma.
See, somebody's got to go over and pick her up. Even though you're shorthanded, somebody, because that's where they're going with the face-off, that way there. You've got to get over to the... Yeah. Same
play.
thing. Same play. Yeah, and no one's there.
Behind the net. Horgan on it. Horgan looks it over. That's the way to...
That's how you clear.
Yep. Good and high. Horgan on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah! There's their shorthanded.
There we go.
There's the shorty right there.
That's the one.
Yep. And
there we go.
That was a little bit lax by...
Middlebury took their time getting back.
Yeah, and Ross was a little lackadaisical and coming. She was in between. Didn't know whether to come after it or not.
Yeah, and Liliana put the afterburners on.
When you could almost see her eyes light up.
Yeah.
When that puck was out here about 10 feet in front of Ross.
Yeah.
So just your typical 5-4 playoff game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No chances to score.
Last shot wins.
Okay, MVU's pulled it in one again. Kipper on the draw. Middlebury. Morrissey fighting along the boards with it.
There's a hook.
There was a hook.
But I guess not.
No, they haven't called much of that stuff. Puck comes up. Down, back around the net.
Don't chase too much.
Knocked down the ice. Okay, Madison Rainville knocks it down the ice. Gave the penalty killers a little bit of a break here.
Uh-oh.
We got 3 people in on the forecheck.
Yeah, not when you're short-handed.
Broke up by Gates.
Good save
Good
there.
save. Nice. Addison Gates played that well.
Yeah.
She took the pass away, but they still tried to pass it.
Yeah.
Well, when they take your pass away, you don't try to pass it, you shoot.
No.
Okay. 51 seconds left.
Somebody's called a timeout.
4:59 in the game. I would guess it
probably Missisquoi, I would think
so.
Get your main guns.
Yeah, they need all the rest they can get.
Yeah.
So, what do you got for shots, Kevin, this period?
Right now, I'm at 5 and 5.
5 and 5. For as many goals that have been scored, there's not a lot of shots.
Not a lot of shots.
But they've been good scoring opportunities, and the teams have cashed in on them.
Yeah. I mean, both goalies have played really well.
Yeah. No, there hasn't been a week. Well, that one there, I thought Ross should have been more aggressive, or she sort of was hesitant.
Second guess.
Yeah, she was hesitant. Should I go get it? Should I not go get it? Well, by the time you think that, Fournier's coming in here at 40 miles an hour.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think she realized just how quick she is.
Yeah.
And she closed in on it pretty
Yeah,
quick.
and she threw it in the far side.
Yeah. I mean, all the goals have been scored. There hasn't been any garbage goals. I mean, they've been hard work and good, nice plays. And
yeah. You haven't seen the clean shot from the point that the goalie just misjudged.
No.
And MVU has had some really good close-in shots, and as has Middlebury.
So we got basically 5 minutes.
5 minutes. 5 in the game, 51 seconds on the penalty. Well, that was a dangerous pass.
Yeah, she almost intercepted that one.
Fournier almost sniffed that one out, too. Gates battling in the corner for it. Up to Liliana on Fournier. Throws it down. Tipper throws it back to the middle.
If it had been a little harder, I think I would have made it through to Liliana.
Yeah, I do, too. Middlebury throwing it around. Calzini playing the point here.
See, they're content right now. They don't seem to be too aggressive on the power play. I think they're playing for the one goal in right now. They aren't trying to put it away.
Look, Horgan's down there and getting knocked down. Oh, great keep in by
that's using
Muzzy.
your feet.
Way to get over Fournier.
There we go.
That's a high stick. No, it ain't a high stick anymore. Middlebury touched it. Fournier knocks it back down. MVU is full strength. Middlebury flicks it up. Here's Tipper. Throws
there
it,
you go. That's the way
down,
to do it.
Down in the,
oh, D didn't come up.
no, this is time where you want your D up here.
Yeah, that's right.
Thrown across by Bojanowski. Thrown up the boards. Thrown back in.
Guys, get away from each other. They got 4 players against the boards.
Yeah. And I think somebody chipped it up. I think it went into the ceiling and stayed there.
Okay. Well, they're giving it another puck, so.
Well, must be. They're not going to climb up and get that one. That one's gone.
I think that happened in the boys' game the other night.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and Morgan was wondering where it went. I said, you climb up here, you find a lot of them. Okay, Horgan on the draw. And we haven't seen Francis at all this period. And she didn't look good when she came out. She looked like she was favoring her legs some. Madison Spears behind the net. Looks to start out. Up behind.
That's about the 3rd time Erica's turned her back on the
you
puck
don't want to do that. Knocked down. Gates after it.
Well, she's played center most of the year, so I'm sure playing wing is.
Here we go. Here we got 2-on-1 if they do it right. Gates tried to get it blocked nicely by Muzzy or Seeley. Fournier keeps in along the boards. That's the way to block the boards.
Yeah.
Keep your body against it. Surprised Madison hasn't come in.
Yeah.
There she comes. They're still trying to block it out along the boards.
Help her out. You guys got to help her out. That's
icing. Okay.
No, he didn't call it.
They didn't call that icing. I don't know why. Up the boards. Head to Fournier. Fournier back down in the.
Just a little too hard.
Yep. Howard in. Stepped around.
Got 2 minutes here.
Yeah. Hanley doing a good job of stick handling. Who called that timeout anyways? Was it Katie?
I would assume so.
Shots. Boy, there was a dangerous keep in.
Yeah.
Thrown wide. Stick saved by.
Somebody lost the stick. Right now, MVU's fried.
Yeah.
Those girls have been out there almost the whole period.
Here comes Horgan.
Got to dump it in. Dump it in.
Dump it in and hope for a turnover. Hold it. Nope. Okay,
Now go.
Fournier's out. Fournier's got to get a rest.
Yeah.
Here comes Tipper. Kaju tried to keep it in, which is what you got to do now.
Yeah.
With 1:04 left, down behind the net.
You got to pull.
Here
your
comes
goal.
Gates.
You got to get it in deep. Pull your goalie.
Gates up the ice.
There you go.
Gates.
No.
Goalie still in.
I thought. There we go.
Here comes the goalies out. Horgan throws it around the boards. Here comes Gates. Gates.
Oh, you got to get something on that.
Gates. There's the shot in. Gates back to center ice. Fournier.
35.
Fournier. Horgan. 30 seconds left.
Shoot it, Madison.
Getting it up.
Yeah. Okay.
21 seconds left.
Everybody's got to get in.
Tipper keeping it down low. Tipper down behind the net.
There it is.
It's right out front. Nobody could get a stick on it. 7 seconds. Fournier, one last shot. Gets blocked. And Middlebury is going to come into Highgate
Yep.
and escape with a 5-4 win
Yep.
in a game that it's a heartbreaker for MVU.
Very much so.
They could have won it just as well as not, but
Yep.
Middlebury, especially in that first period, very opportunistic.
Yep.
And they put 3 on the board, and that was a 3-0 lead.
Yeah.
But handed to MVU,
Yeah.
they fought back,
Yep.
and they made it very, very interesting.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they fought right to the end, to the very last few seconds.
Yeah. 29 and something. Middlebury had 29 shots. I don't know how many MVU. But it doesn't matter. It's the only ones that count. The ones that go
the
in.
ones that went in, and that's, I had 27, so
Yeah.
I didn't hear what Missisquoi, but
Yeah, it was
Missisquoi should have had roughly 29.
I think it was like 28 and one was 29.
Yeah.
But regardless, a pretty evenly played game. And I think the difference was that first period when Middlebury really had 3 good chances to score.
Yeah.
They were shutting the lights off on us.
Yeah.
And it must be somebody wants to go home.
Yeah.
And they took advantage. And MVU had scored 1 in the first period, late in the first.
Yeah.
But they had 2 or 3 other good chances, and it didn't score.
Right.
And when you add it all up, you're only going to get so many chances to score in a game.
Yeah.
And Middlebury took advantage. Now Middlebury will play U32 at Norwich.
At Norwich on Tuesday.
Yeah. Because they've taken the ice out at the Civic Center.
At the Civic Center, yeah, they took the ice out. I guess they're going to be, from this point forward, U32 is going to practice at Norwich, apparently.
Yeah.
They get ice there, and that's where they're going to have the game.
Yep. So we can't say much more. To me, the girls had a great season.
Yes.
And
very much so.
and they had a short bench, and they were missing you hate to say it's always the next man up.
Yeah.
But when you lose Kaylee Francis, there wasn't another man that was her caliber.
Right. And, well, the thing is, when you're used to playing with somebody,
Yeah.
and then you are subbing with somebody else, and they aren't used to playing with you either,
Yeah.
the chemistry just isn't there.
And the time to do it isn't in a playoff game.
No. If you knew that was going to happen, you would have started, a week ago or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think the girls, as a whole, they should be pretty proud of their season.
Yeah.
They lost a lot last year, a lot of their scoring, and they had, Liliana stepped up.
Yep.
Grace stepped up. Grace, I thought, played really well this year. They lost a couple defensemen, but, they filled in, and I think, Madison and Addison, they put in a lot of time, and they did a good job.
Yep.
So, all in all, they can't be discouraged. I'm sure.
You are for a couple days.
Right.
And then you step back and look, and you see.
What could you have done different?
Yeah. But Katie's hands were pretty tight. It ain't like she had 1,000 options out there.
Yeah.
But when I look at their season, and I think the biggest question I had, I think we mentioned it the first game, is Liliana going to find someone who she can score 50 points with?
Right.
Because she did last year with Schreindorfer, and I don't know how many Liliana ended up with, but she showed that she is a true star.
For the short amount of time she's played hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, she's an athlete. I mean, I watch her in softball, soccer, hockey. I don't care what sport it is. She leaves it all out on the field or on the ice.
I mean, but I'm thinking maybe she didn't put 50 points up, but it was pretty close to it. And I think two players that I really loved seeing develop this year was Mallory Tipper and Reagan Horgan.
Yep.
You know, those two, Tipper's a sophomore, so she'll be here another couple of years, and Reagan's only a freshman.
You can't talk enough about the freshmen. I mean, coming in and big shoes to fill, and did a good job. I mean, Francis did well. Caroline Fournier did well. Emma was in that tonight. Did a good job. I mean, she's going to be one to contend with, and if they can get a little help next year coming in from the U14s.
Well, and it's sad, and this is the part of the coaching I always hated the most, is saying goodbye to your seniors.
Yeah.
And the seniors this year are Madison Rainville and Grace Cadju, Liliana Fournier, and Addison Gates. Yeah. And all four of them people have been contributing here for, I think they've all played 4 years.
Some of them played 5.
Some of them might have played 5.
Yeah.
So there's some good hockey players that are leaving, but on the other hand, that's high school, and it happens to every team. They're set up pretty well. They have like 4 or 5 in each class.
Yeah.
So you don't, like the boys next year have got like 12 or so guys that are going to be seniors.
Yeah.
So when they leave,
that's going to be a big hole.
I guess so. But the girls with 4 graduating, and I talked with Karen Fortin, who kind of has a finger on the pulse of everything around here.
Yeah.
And she said there's 5 coming in, at least, and up to 8.
Yeah.
There'll be some that can go back down and play at U14s. So if you lose 4 and gain at least 5, and a couple more, so you might have a little stronger bench next year, at least number-wise.
Right. Plus, the girls another year under their belt coming in this year, so one more. And if the girls play this summer, maybe something will click. And
you don't know, but that's the sad part of high school sports. And it's also the it's almost like spring coming. It's a rebirth, and every year is different. And it's up to the coaches to mold the team the best they can. And I think they had a 9-game winning streak. Again, they weren't against the greatest competition, but still, I look like when we were playing the practice after a game, we always talked about the goals the other team scored, not the ones that we scored.
Right.
And what did we do wrong? What can we do different? But in that 9-game winning streak, there's only one game they gave up more than 2 goals.
Yeah.
More than 1 goal, I think. They lost. They had a shaky game against Harwood down there.
Yeah.
But anyways, again, we'd like to congratulate the girls on a good season.
Very good season.
Yeah. And
nothing to hang their heads about.
No. And personally, I can't wait till next year.
Yeah. We'll see what's in store.
And Kevin, here you've stepped in and done a remarkable job in helping us out here at the Northwest Access TV, and we really appreciate your work.
I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a different perspective when you're up here.
Yeah, you got the best view in the house up here.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And before we leave, we certainly want to thank Brian DeWicki down there, who runs the camera, giving us the wave. Not sure if that's the wave or not. He gives us something. I'm not sure what it is. But anyways, he does an amazing job. And, I have people tell me how clear it comes out and how focused the play is.
Right.
And Brian does a great job there. Yeah. And also, you know, we don't. Well, we saw this guy the other day. Alan Cunningham came up.
Yeah.
Their machine weren't working. He put his hand over it, and
No,
all of a sudden it worked.
Just waved.
So
his
I don't
hand,
know.
yeah.
He's some kind of magic guy, but he monitors the games down there. And again, Paul Schneider, can't say enough about his efforts. And you know, I'm so happy to be part of Northwest Access TVs. Probably you are too.
Yes.
And you know, giving us a chance to expose our young athletes. You know, you hear so many bad things about kids and this and that, and but to show, because you know, when you belong to a hockey team, you're looking at 3.5 months, and that's
Every day.
every
But
day.
Sundays.
But Sundays, and then Sundays sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, you got something going on. So it is quite a commitment, and the athletes should be
Commended for it.
and commended and recognized for it. And so, you know, that's what we try to do here. And we try to bring you as good a broadcast as we can. And, you know I'm happy to do it. And you are. And Morgan, if he lived closer and didn't have a job where he's working 12-hour shifts and whatever, he is too.
Yeah.
So, for Kevin Spears, I'm Win Parody. Again, until next time, probably be next December or sometime.
Yeah.
But, you know, if we're still around,
Yeah.
somebody will be up here.
We're hoping anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah. For
we're
sure.
hoping. Okay, we'll see you next time.